Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. This is home decor fabric, and I like using home decor fabric for pillows and table runners. I'll even use outdoor fabric. Now my dining table is very long, so I want to make it extra long. But when you buy home decor fabric, it may be 45 to 60 inches wide. Well, my table runner needs to be something like 80 inches. That's a lot. So to save money, instead of buying one long piece of fabric that's 80 inches, and I'll have a lot of fabric left over, I will buy whatever the width is of my table runner. So let's say you want to make a table runner that's 15 inches wide. Well, I will double that, 30 inches, and then I'll add an additional 5 inches onto it because I'm going to try to match this large print so that you can't tell where it was stitched together, so it makes that seam disappear. So here's a piece of fabric. Now, it's not quite the width I would normally buy, but for this demonstration, it shows you what'll happen if you don't buy extra. So what you want to do is cut it right down the middle. Now, I've already done that. Here's where it was cut. Then I'm going to take this piece over here and unfold it and bring it to the end over here. Now, notice what the print is. Now I've got that end here. Now you can see it's way off. It's not matching. So even if I brought it way over here, it still is not going to line up as well. So I would need to overlap it here. Now let me try the other end. So here's the other end. So let me bring this one over. So you can see how you need to buy extra wide, a larger amount so that you can get it to match. So let's say this was the correct width. So I really wanted you to see why you need to buy that extra 4 or 5 inches. So once you've got the seam matched up, this is pretty close right here. So now fold this edge under 1/2 of an inch, because this is where your seam is going to go. Then take either a fabric marker or a piece of chalk and draw a line on this piece of fabric so you can see where you're going to stitch it together. So let's say my mark was right in here. I'm going to put the 1/2 inch line on my ruler, which is right here, line it up straight across, and then I'm going to cut it. So now you have a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the other end, because remember you folded that end under a 1/2 inch. Then you have a 1/2 inch seam allowance over here. Now you take the 2 ends and bring them together. So before you cut any of this extra off over here, make sure it's going to line up properly. Then you would cut off that excess and then stitch it together. Let me show you an example of a table runner I did recently doing that technique. So on this print, this is where I matched it. Now it's not exact, it's not always going to be exact, but it'll match close enough. And even over here on these little flowers, it kind of comes together really well. So if someone is looking at the table runner, this seam almost just fades into the background. This is a piece of fabric left over from the other fabric that I just showed you. Now you're thinking, well, what can I do with this? There's a lot of projects you can do with it. I do like using the home decor and even outdoor fabric for tote bags, little zipper pouches. So you don't want to think that it's not useful anymore. So this piece here, I want to show you an example of how you could make a tote bag like this. Whoops, I got it upside down. Let's turn it around. So all it is like an envelope style bag. It's just folded and then this flaps over. Now this has fabric straps on it. So if, let's say you wanted to make a tote bag out of this, you could look for strapping. This is made by Dritz and Joanne sells it. You can also buy it online. If you got the right color, I didn't have a color to match this, but you could get the brown or the teal or cream and add those on if you don't have enough of this fabric to make straps. Now this pouch here has a snap closure, but remember you can always use Velcro. Here's another small piece of that home decor fabric. And you can use them to make these little zipper pouches. So don't let any of your fabrics go to waste. Remember, you can make them any size you want. These two small bags are also made out of home decor fabric, as well as this. This is just a zipper pouch that I use to store projects or tools and supplies in if I'm taking them out on the road with me. This is a little wristlet, so if you have real small pieces of home decor fabric or outdoor fabric, you can make these little wristlets. They just go over your hand and hang like this. You can put just your keys on it. Let's say you're out for a walk, you can put your keys on it or attach it to a zipper pouch. Now I'm often asked for just scrap buster projects in general. So here's one where I had leftover check fabric from different colors. So I stitched them together and made this little book cover. And so this is what it looks like when it doesn't have the book in it. And also if you have leftover ribbon, use your leftover ribbon to make a book marker that's attached to it. So you would take any book you wanted, make it any size you want, and use this. And these make wonderful gifts. They're very simple and very quick to make. This is one of my favorite scrap buster projects, and that's a pencil case. So you make a zipper pouch and you put elastic on it. You can make your elastic any length you want, and you can actually make this any length you want. I just happen to make these for these little small notebooks, and so you can give it as a gift if you want, or if you travel a lot and you need your pen and pencils with you along with your notebook, especially if you're working, it's all right there. And these are really fun, very fast to make. These little books I actually got at Dollar Tree. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week and you try making some of these things that you have seen. Now, as far as matching the prints, I would practice with just some scrap fabric. Take those little pieces you have and practice matching the prints before you go out and spend a lot of money when you're not quite sure of what you're doing. Now, if you're interested in other tips of the week, just scroll down below your YouTube screen to the description section. When you see the word more, click on it and that section will expand open and you will see a variety of links appearing. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.